Hello everyone, my name is Jeff Rolka. Thank you for checking out my video. If you are singing songs or you are singing riffs, you are going to be singing passing tones, notes that aren't in the chords that are being played in the accompanying music. And if we practice this, we can get better and better at it. It will help us sing more interesting, creative riffs of your choosing or your own design. And it will also help your intonation because you will know exactly where those pitches are meant to be. So I have an exercise here. This will require just a little bit more talking than I normally do in the videos, but don't worry, I will keep it to an absolute minimum. Thank you now. If you've chosen to subscribe, and if you haven't yet, I hope that you will choose to do so. A huge thank you to my Patreon supporters, without whom I could not keep on doing this. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. If you want the PDF practice guides that go along with these videos, and even get MP3s of these practices, Patreon is where you can find them. For starters, let me show you the melody that we are going to use in this practice. It is not terribly complicated. Sounds like this. Yes, it is the one that I used in my short. However, we're going to elaborate on it a bit more here. Now, first of all, let me tell you the scale degrees that this corresponds to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7, 2, 1. And I also have solfege on the PDF if you like using solfege. And we can harmonize that in some creative ways, and we will get to that, but we are going to start with some very straightforward harmonizations, just the 1 chord and the 5 chord. And we will begin in the key of D. So what we'll do here is, and you can use whatever vowel you like. I'm going to sing with E. You might, if this is similar to a melody that you're singing in a song, use the vowels from the song that you're singing. We'll start like this. And then I'll play basic chords. And then I'll play a kind of little accompaniment part. Still very basic, but you get the idea. You can try it in that octave. You can also sing it here too. Let's begin. And now basic chords, and now an accompaniment. Ready? And change keys. And let's move on. Starting with the melody, and basic chords, and an accompaniment part, and Moving up. And basic chords, and an accompaniment, and melody. I'll play it here too. And basic chords, and an accompaniment, and melody, and basic chords, and an accompaniment, and melody, and basic chords, and accompaniment, and now, the cool thing with music, and I suppose this is true in many things in life really, but perspective, or in this case, harmonization, can really change quite a lot of how that melody feels. Here in this very basic setting, it sounds kind of basic. It's sort of not dressed up very much. But we can add more chords to harmonize it in a little bit of a different way, and it makes it sound really, if I may say so myself, kind of cool. So we began with this. But by adding a little bit more to it, we get that. I haven't changed the melody at all. I've just changed the underlying harmonies. So let's try it again. Here's the melody. Chords. And now I'll play a sort of an accompaniment. Ready? And Moving on, the melody again, and chords, an accompaniment. Ready? Moving on to the next key. 2, ready, and melody. Here are the chords, and the accompaniment, and moving on to the next key, melody, and chords, ready, and accompaniment, and moving on, melody, ready, and the chords, ready, and accompaniment, and G, melody, and the chords, ready, and accompaniment, and there you go. That second example, there wasn't a terribly huge difference between the accompaniment and the chord part, but you get to practice it twice with the chords, so that's kind of cool too. You can never have enough practice with that if you ask me. I do hope this helps. This is very basic, but if you have had intonation problems in your songs, but you can sing vocal exercises really easily when you're just following along, it may be that you aren't really that accustomed to singing those passing tones. And with a little bit of practice, you can very quickly get accustomed to feeling where those notes are in the scale, and that will truly help your song singing or your riffing, just about any of your other musical pursuits too. Thank you so much again for watching. Thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. Thank you to my Patreon supporters. My name is Jeff. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we will see you again. Bye. Which we will get to.